Hey everybody, it's April, and today I want to talk about why you should praise yourself for planking. So I'm going to start on forearms and switch around a little bit. You can do your plank however you like. If you're starting on forearms though, wrap your hands around your biceps so you know you have the right distance between your elbows, and then bring your forearms out in front of you. You can interlace fingers if you like. I think that makes it a little bit easier. Pull your shoulders down your back, then lift your upper back, lift your chest. Pull in your belly, come up on your toes, shift your weight forward slightly. The timer has begun. And then once you're in your plank, you want to do everything again. So press into the floor again, separate your shoulders so you're broadening your upper back, pull in your belly, suck it in, pretend like somebody's punching you in the gut. Tighten up your glutes, press your heels back so everything is activated. I'm going to turn around just a little bit so I'm not straining my neck. Which also keep in mind, you want to be mindful of what your neck is doing. So you don't want to look straight down, or you don't want to tuck your chin because that's putting some pressure on your neck. And you don't want to look up either. You want a nice neutral spine. So you're just looking right out in front. I'm just looking down at my knuckles. If I had my hands on the floor, I would look straight down between my hands, which I'm going to switch when I get to a minute. And I find that switching, as long as you're not switching too much, that helps with your plank. 1 minute. So notice I moved right into it. And then I'm setting myself up again, pressing into the floor, separating my shoulders, pulling in my belly. And because if you switch like every 15 seconds or something, all you're doing is switching. And remember, the word you're looking for is holding, but also you're wanting to hold with good form. So it doesn't matter if you're holding for 5 minutes, if your hips are sagging, your shoulder blades are pulling together. We're at 1:30. So I do want to encourage you to praise yourself for planking. So let's say you hold for 30 seconds. That's great. Praise yourself for planking for 30 seconds because that's more than the average person is doing. And it's still doing great things for your body and for your mind. You don't have to hold for 5 minutes or 10 or 20. A 1 minute plank would be something to work toward. We're at 2 minutes. I'm going back to my forearms. I'm going to lift a leg. But anytime, if you hold plank with good form for any amount of time at all, you're doing good things for yourself. And so you should praise yourself for doing that. And don't beat yourself up if you're not holding as long as you think you should, or as long as you're really wanting to. You're still holding plank, and that's a really great thing. So we're coming up on 2:30. I'm switching legs. This is the only time that I really switch at the 30-second mark is when I'm switching sides. So when I go to my hands in a little bit, in 20 seconds, I'm going to switch up from my right to my left at the 30-second mark. So think about how probably nobody you know planks. If you ask, it's very rare to find somebody else who planks. We're at 3 minutes, so I'm switching to side plank. And so like I said, that's one reason to praise yourself. You're doing something that other people don't do, but praise yourself for doing something great for you. You are strengthening your hands, your wrists, your forearms, your shoulders. You're strengthening your core, which is your lower back and your belly. You are toning your legs, and which is improving your posture. Also, you're strengthening your spine. You are also releasing endorphins, which helps with your mood. So you may hate life while you're planking, but afterwards you can give yourself praise. Wowee, I did that. I planked. And if you can make it a habit to plank a few times a week, I mean, there's nothing wrong with planking every day, but if you can plank a few times a week, you will notice a difference, I promise you, and you will get stronger. You'll be able to hold longer because you're doing it regularly. Because anything you do regularly, you do get better at. It's practice and you get stronger. And I know I've said before that I used to say it gets easier the more you do it, But that's because you get stronger. It really is. And that was when I noticed a difference. 4:30. I noticed a difference in my arms so much when I started planking regularly. And I noticed a difference in my and in my posture, but also my core. I really noticed a difference in my core. And so that's a good reason to praise myself even. And that's something to think about. A lot of times we don't praise ourselves like we should. We are constantly wanting praise. I mean, that's just human nature. We like to be praised. But so often people around us aren't praising us like they should. And there's nothing wrong with praising yourself. Give yourself the praise that you deserve. So whether it's planking or walking more or starting a new exercise routine, we're at 5:15. Praise yourself for doing it. Be kind to yourself. Show yourself some love and praise. Have a great day.